Hey folks, in this section, what I'm going to do is show you the like or not like functions inside SQL. So these are really handy with search functions because what the user can do is enter part of a term and still find a match. So I'm going to open my SQL window and give you a quick demonstration. Let's say I wanted to just get students who are good at PHP. In my data, you see I have 3 that are good at PHP, right? Only 3. So let's say I'm an employer and I have a search function that's trying to find the best students for the job. I can select all from students where, and remember it's our web skills, where web skills like, and what we're going to do is create single quotes, and we're going to use percentages. What percentages do is they become wildcards for other pieces of text. So I'm going to do PHP here, which means that if the string or sentence or letters that inside the web skills field, if that contains PHP at the beginning or the end, then we'll have a match. So I'm going to click this, and look what I got. I got PHP at the beginning, even if it's capitalized with a P. I have small case at the end and small case PHP. Interesting, right? It took all 3 examples, but that's because we had like PHP. Now, if I were to go and change this query, I'm going to copy and paste this because I want you to get really comfy with the percentages because they can really help you out. And let's say I only wanted people where that string began with PHP. I would click this, and now I get the 2 where the skills are beginning with PHP. So let's say I only wanted all users who began with T. Well, what I could do is say, okay, select all from students where first name like, and the like is what works with the percent, and then we would do T and then percent, because we want all users who have their first name beginning with T. Click this and I get 2 Toms, Tom Smith. So the like takes 2 different percentages if you'd like. If we want something at the beginning or the end, let's say we wanted everyone who was had a last name that ended with a B. Okay, I would say select all from students where last name like, and remember we want all of them that end with a B, so I'm going to do %B, and since there's no percent on this side, there would be only strings that ended with a B. Click cancel real quick, and we'll click go, and guess what we get? We get Tom Thumb. So this is a really handy thing to know because in e-commerce, when you have searches, we want people to find keywords and larger amounts of text. So if someone searches in a search function in e-commerce and they want, clothing, something like that, and it's inside a description, we would find those values. Okay, so it's effective in this one database because we have lists of web skills that could be, long. So I'm going to go to browse one more time and go into this a little more in depth because it's one of the coolest things that I've ever learned, to be honest with you. It translates into immediate profitability, especially for e-commerce people. So let's go ahead and find everybody in here that is good at both PHP and MySQL. So I'm going to write a query, and it's going to be select all from, because those 2 things kind of go together, right? PHP and MySQL. So I'm going to say select all from students where web skills like PHP and web skills like MySQL. And notice I'm keeping them small case. Okay, now I can go ahead and click go, and I get an empty set. And that's because the like only takes 1. Okay, so let's say we went in and went like this and we pulled all our data back. So it's where web skills like this, and what we're going to do is experiment a little. We're going to do web skills like PHP or web skills like, excuse me, I have this. We're doing the or instead of the and we're going to do like MySQL. And again, we'll do the percentages, okay? And you're going to see that this is a compound with like. And what we get is this. So we've got web skills like PHP and like MySQL. So the or was fine. We got both. Again, we're going to go back and change this to the SQL so you can see the difference of what I just did. Okay, we're going to make this and web skills like this. And there we go. Now we have both. So now we've got it perfectly. So perfectly done where we have both. So the data can come in and we can check PHP and MySQL inside the field called web skills. So that's the like operator. Let's go ahead and take a look at the not like. So let's say we have all our data, and it's important to see all our data when we write this stuff, but let's say I don't want anybody who is good at PHP because that's going to cost me too much. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing. We're going to say select all from students where web skills not like PHP, but again we're going to take advantage of our percentages. Okay, and that's going to be able to tell me all the people who don't have PHP here. So there's like and not like, and those are some really nice tools to have in our arsenal, especially when we can't count on what the user might enter into a search box. So remember, this is going to be entered, probably all these queries for not and like are going to be entered into a search field that you will use PHP to query the database and then output the data. So that is the not like and the like.